morning, everyone. This is Ms. Dina. I am the English HOD of Palm International School, as well as the academic coordinator as well. And I am here today to introduce this idea behind the school and how it differs from each and every single international school around us. So welcome to our first orientation of Palm International School, where it serves education with no borders. And we actually pride ourselves in that motto because we came up with it after 3 years of school on the ground. So Palm International School started as a dream, where engineer Mohammed Adib and everyone who works with him decided that the school is going to be a response for the failure and shortcomings of the existing education in Egypt and around the world, if you want to think about it. So basically, we're an international school that serves both systems, British and American. This is our first year of the American system, and I think we have done pretty well so far. But we're going to start with, or we're going to create our own Cambridge-based school next year, where it serves the British curriculum from pre-nursery until year 8. And as I told you, this dream was an idea that was transformed into a concrete, magical transformation that shows how every detail around the school was clearly thought of. And this is why we have something that we can all be proud of. And for that, I thank you very much for choosing us to serve your students and for your trust in what we can actually do. PIS, as I told you, is not only a school that people came up together and decided that they are going to create a new international school or a new American school. On the contrary, they wanted to give that quality education that everyone around us is reaching about. But we tested it, we reviewed it, we evaluated it until we actually reached a concrete conclusion where we can actually start now. And this is why we call ourselves, or we pride ourselves in calling ourselves, a smart school. A smart school that is advanced and has cutting-edge facilities that serves the students and parents and teachers all together. As you can see here, we started from nothing, and then we gracefully reached somewhere. This is mingling between a couple of facilities around our school, where it shows how we integrate a smart education that meets the 21st technology advancedly and more modernized, other than any other school. And to prove that, we have come together to put our vision and mission that starts and ends with students. So our top priority is the student, and our end mark is the student as well. Anything that comes in between is just a collaboration between us and you to serve that higher purpose or holistic development of a student. Our mission is also to create and build those characters who can endlessly serve in the outside world without being fearful of anything, being confident, responsible, compassionate, and critical thinkers as well. And as you see, the educational system we have is not only a traditional one where we actually teach only, but we try to facilitate that teaching method we do, that not to become traditional as it is or as it's supposed to be in schools around us. And this is why we integrate different kinds of approaches since the very, very young early years, where we integrate Montessori, for example, in the KG department. Going up, we integrate the STEM approach within our classes and our grades. We are going to serve until grade 10 next year, hopefully, since we started this year from pre-K until grade 8. Our approaches integrate really well with our facilities, where we have different kinds of labs. We have 3 different labs, scientific labs around the school that serves a purpose of each, let's say, of each branch. We have chemistry, physics, and biology labs around the school. We have a drama room around the school as well that serves for reading intervention and for drama sessions as well, that equips our students to stand tall in front of everyone and to be confident and to give more to what they actually know or they have learned around the school. And I think that when you put so much details in the school while building it, and in the people who are going to be leading the school with you, when you put those thoughtful details in mind, you'll have the facilities that can equip the education itself, or that can equip the curriculum itself. It's not just a building, it's a conceptualized vision. And also, because we know how students sometimes struggle when they come from different backgrounds, a national background or British background, or even an American background of a different school, they will need to base their own selves before they start. And this is where we integrate and provide and offer at times during the year enrichment programs that puts them, that allows them to settle into school and allows them to understand more about the curriculum itself, the teachers, their own classmates, the school itself and its facilities, not only the academic part of it. We're trying to integrate everything holistically together, where by the very end we have this, we call it rich. We have this learner attribute at the end that we call it rich in school. We're trying to make those students of ours, after everything that we're trying to integrate, we're trying to let them reach the point where they are reflective, they can reflect on their own selves, and they are confident, they can speak really well, and they are very sure of what they want to say. They are also confident, and they are happy, which is something that not everyone tries to, it's not an end goal for everyone or for different schools or different approaches. But being happy is actually what's going to allow the student to excel more when it comes to that academic or educational part that the parents are looking for. Our communication, which is something that I believe it makes us stand out. We've tried it multiple of times and it worked wonders, I have to say. Our communication is usually through our, let's call it the official channel of our school, which is the LMS, we call it School-PIS, but we have other different kinds of channels as well, which is the most interesting one is the coffee morning. And the coffee morning is where we get a lot of parents with their concerns and their suggestions and their recommendations, and listen to them. Because I believe that this is one thing that a parent would look for, someone to listen. But after listening is what we call the follow-up. And a follow-up doesn't exist rigorously in every other, let's call it in every other system, but we pride ourselves on having that because we're really, really good when it comes to follow-up on what kind of, or what did we do or are we going to do with those concerns. So communication through channel books or our official channel online, or through the coffee morning or the parents meeting, or even sometimes through students, sometimes through our counseling office. All of this, when it exists, it gives us what you see now. And then we have some policies and regulations. Now, in our policy and regulation, we integrate a lot of rules, but because we believe that following the rules is going to get you the ultimate goal by the end. And the more you are persistent and continuous with what you ask students to do, and also ask yourselves, like ask parents to do, and we have that kind of routine that serves the parent, teacher, and school, we come to a concise end of being all together, if you might say, of being all on the same page, of having the same vision or having the same integration. Our rules and regulation stands out because we believe so much in them, and we do not provide any kind of exception unless it is a case of an emergency. And emergencies are, of course, not defined by a person, it's defined by the situation itself. Those regulations and policies, you're going to find them both in the student's handbook and the parent handbook as well, because in the parent handbook, which is the most important, we also provide a parent code of conduct. And the parent code of conduct is what gives you your rights, gives us our rights, and at the same time, it shows this thin line between being great and failure. And we always aim to being great, of course. Okay, so it's also worth mentioning that in our curriculum, we integrate 3 different kinds of curriculum, or 3 different kinds of curriculum-based learning, where we use for English Wonders and Study Sync between elementary and middle school, and we also use Elevate for science, and we use Reveal for math. Those are very comprehensive curriculum that enhances the approach of the STEM and the Montessori, starting from KG2 as well, where we transit our students from early years growing up. Thank you very much.